Hey everyone, what is going on? So we have another shoutcast for you today, and this is actually an older season. I think this is from like 2 seasons ago, so it only goes up to rank 10. So I do apologize for the delay to this trainer and to you guys watching. But yeah, I mean, I guess I never got around to it. I'm not really sure why. But sometimes that happens. I'll go back if I don't have any new submissions. Recently, I'll go back and submit something that's not too old, but I might have not gotten around to. But I still think it's relevant. The only difference is we really are not going to be seeing any XL Pokemon because they were not a thing a couple seasons ago. But anyway, we're taking a look at Alolan Muk with Poison Jab and Acid Spray as well. So really interesting. So we'll have to see how it works. Honestly, I really like Poison Jab. It's such a good move. And Acid Spray is a good move as well. So obviously not a common moveset on a Alolan Muk. Usually you expect Snarl and, a poison attack that actually does a lot of damage, not Acid Spray, like Gunk Shot or even Sludge Wave. But we're taking a look at a different moveset this time. So it's going to be very interesting. And as you might notice, the quality is not the greatest in this video, and that's just because that's the way it was submitted to me. But there's nothing I could do about it. But it's still okay. It gets the point across, right? So let's begin commentating. We do have a beautiful shiny Machamp. This was definitely before Machamp got access to Payback. So this is like a full odds, beautiful shiny Machamp outside of Community Day. So it's going to be hit with a Frenzy Plant. Let's see how much it does. Oh, this is definitely going to knock out. What am I talking about? So in comes that Lapras, actually. Lapras looking to farm down to get ahead on some energy, so very nice. In comes Charizard, beautiful. Surf coming out. Now, Surf is not enough to KO a Charizard, but it will do a lot of damage. So as you can see, doing super effective damage. And it looks like, oh, the opponent quit. Okay. I was going to say, it looks like a little bit of lag, but I guess the opponent quit on that one. So able to win that game, so well played. Great game. So again, this is the Premier Cup, so we're going to jump into the next game. And it looks like he's actually leading with Machamp. I put Alolan Muk in the top, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter. So let's go ahead and see how the next game plays out. So it's going to be that shiny Machamp versus Honchkrow. Okay, so Rockslide definitely KOs, so they're going to switch into Snorlax, which is not a good switch. I mean, that might have been a misclick, but that's okay. It happens to all of us. So Cross Chop coming out into Snorlax, going to be shielded. Snorlax is going for a charge attack. Machamp is going to shield this, likely a Body Slam. Yes, it is a Body Slam. Could have taken it, but Machamp not wanting to take that health because it also has a pretty good matchup against Honchkrow. Actually, I mean, Honchkrow would KO it with like a flying attack, but Machamp would do a lot of damage even with Cross Chop. So it's going to allow this attack, again, likely a Body Slam as it is, and it's going to be able to take it. So Machamp is going to go for a Cross Chop. Probably couldn't farm down, it would have been super close. So this Cross Chop would be enough to KO, or is enough to KO. In comes Obstagoon, oh my gosh. No wonder the Snorlax came in. He had no answer. That trainer had no answer for Machamp. So in comes Alolan Muk. So, okay, this is interesting because you really don't want to go for Dark Pulse, right? Because it's going to be resisted. So you got to go for the Acid Spray and do more damage with Poison Jab, basically. The Poison Jab damage will be adding up. You really don't want to bring Lapras in against an Obstagoon, so I understand why he brought in Alolan Muk. But out comes the Acid Spray. The trainer's probably going to think it's like a Sludge Wave, but the Acid Spray going to connect, of course, because the trainer is out of shields, and the defense is falling, so the Obstagoon is going for the charge attack. This is going to not going to be enough to KO, but going to get it pretty low. Likely trying to farm down, but another Acid Spray coming out. Not going to click any bubbles. I probably would have tapped on all of them because I think this okay, switching in to try and farm down. That was a good play. I was going to say the Obstagoon would have been able to counter down the Alolan Muk anyway, so you couldn't get any farm on Alolan Muk, but trying to get the farm on the Lapras, so that actually makes sense. In comes Honchkrow. Beautiful matchup for the Lapras considering it has a shield. So it looks like Lapras is going for Surf. Well, Surf is enough to KO now after the Brave Bird. So Surf is, this game is over. Surf is going to definitely KO, no doubt about it. And that Obstagoon is gone, so the opponent is going to leave that game. So, yeah, very interesting. As you saw, the opponent had no switch to Machamp, so they just went in. Yeah, they really had no answer to it. That's why they went into Snorlax. I don't know. I think I probably would have stayed in with the Honchkrow knowing what I had in the bag, but I understand it was tough. It was tough. But let's go ahead and jump into the next one. But that was a very good game nonetheless. So we have Machamp into Charizard. Okay, so Machamp with Rock Slide does have play against Charizard, but not really the greatest matchup. So we'll have to see. Charizard is going for a move, but is it going to be a Dragon Claw? It could be a bait. It is going to be the bait. So nice shield bait coming in from the opponent. They switch into Togekiss. Machamp can't get out of there. I don't know if that was lag. Yeah, I guess it was. Look at this. That's really unfortunate. So taking a lot of damage, but Machamp still has moves ready to go and has energy. So Acid Spray coming out, going to get the shield from Togekiss. That is huge. Going to be able to farm down, but I think, yeah, Togekiss does get to a move. I was going to say I think Togekiss will get to a move. That will be enough, I think, to KO. Acid Spray is, Ancient Power is weak, but it still is enough to KO. Lapras does finish off. In comes Feraligatr. Okay, very interesting. I mean, of course, you have no moves to really touch Feraligatr. They're both resisted. Stab on both of them, but it's just, I mean, okay, I mean, not really great, but bringing in the Machamp, trying to click on Cross Chop, but the charge attack from Feraligatr, so Machamp has to shield this. That's resisted, but it would still be enough to take out Machamp. But the switch into Charizard, this Rock Slide is enough to KO. Will the opponent decide to shield? Most likely. Honestly, yeah, they have to shield. Trying to get to another one. Man, if they didn't lag early against the Togekiss and taken all of that health, they would have been able to get to another Rock Slide. So they may have been able to win that one. So lag may have cost them that game, which is really unfortunate. But, it happens. Okay, it looks like he's actually switching his team. So I still have the same team on the screen. But I didn't realize he switched it. But that's okay. It's not really a big deal. We're still focusing on the Muk, I think. So let's take a look at that shiny Machamp into Arcanine, a purified Arcanine. It could have returned. Let's see. Probably not, but you never know. So it has Snarl as a fast move. So Cross Chop coming out. This Cross Chop, no, not going to connect. Arcanine is really squishy, so it is going for a charge attack. Could be Flamethrower, could be Wild Charge. Heck, could be Return. No, it's going to be Flamethrower. Okay, going to be Flamethrower. So trying to get to another one, able to get to a Cross Chop. I believe this is enough to KO the Arcanine at this range. No, one way able to farm down, I think. And then in comes Venusaur. Okay, so Venusaur coming in, trying to get to the Rock Slide, able to get to it. So this is going to do a decent amount of damage. It's not a Shadow Machamp, but it's still going to do quite a bit. Yeah, almost. Did about 40%, right? So it got it below 50% after the counters. Frenzy Plant coming out. Machamp already did what it had to do. Let it go. Gonna bring in Muk. Of course, we're seeing Gyarados in the back this time, but that's okay. So in comes their own Gyarados. Gonna be hit with an Acid Spray. Now, the good thing about Acid Spray is I don't think anybody expects Acid Spray from Muk, so they might shield. In this case, that Gyarados did not shield, but in comes their own Gyarados to fight off the shiny one. So this regular Gyarados is going to take this hit. It is going to be Crunch, as expected. And then, doing extra damage because of that Acid Spray debuff. That's why Acid Spray is so good. So going to go ahead and go for the Aqua Tail. That Aqua Tail getting it low, able to finish off. So the Gyarados goes down. In comes this Venusaur. This is a good game. You could just let this go. You could shield it, but you might as well let it go and finish off with Poison Jab from Alolan Muk. That's what I would do. So in comes Alolan Muk. Alolan Muk is super healthy. You have a shield. Honestly, Muk could take this, but you might as well shield. So going to go ahead and shield the Sludge Bomb. Alolan Muk is resisting both moves, and the Venusaur goes down. So very well done. Very well played. And we'll have to see how, I believe, the last game goes. I believe it's the last game. But we'll find out. Let's see if he goes with Gyarados again. No, he's sticking with Lapras this time. Okay, so one game trying out Gyarados, but going with the Lapras this time. We'll see how it plays out. Okay, cool. So let's see. It is going to be that shiny Machamp versus Magnezone. This is a beautiful matchup for Machamp. Magnezone going to switch out into Snorlax. Another Snorlax switch. So Machamp looking to stay in, although you still want to keep this Machamp for that Magnezone, honestly. So going to go ahead and shield that superpower and now switch. Okay, switching into Lapras. Yeah, switching into Lapras because you don't really want Lapras up against Magnezone. So I understand that switch. So Snorlax going to go ahead and go for the Body Slam. Even Superpower, would have been debuffed. Just charging up a lot of energy. Charging up almost max, if not max, right? Charge attack coming in, but Superpower is debuffed. Well, actually, all of Snorlax's attacks are debuffed. So going to go ahead and go for the Surf to try and KO. Trying to KO that Snorlax. It will KO. So it does. And in comes Magnezone. Out comes the Surf. Likely no shield because this Surf is not going to be enough to KO. Let's see how much it does. It does a good amount. This Magnezone... No, Mirror Shot I don't think is enough. No, Mirror Shot should not be enough to KO. So if it's Mirror Shot, it won't KO. Going to be a Wild Charge, that will KO. But that's totally fine. In comes that Machamp trying to farm down. Switching into Swampert. Swampet's going to be hit with this Cross Chop. Now, they do have not Lapras. They have Alolan Muk in the back. So another Cross Chop coming out. This Machamp is just going to town. You could... Let's see how this plays out. So going to get both shields, which is huge. And going to catch the Hydro Cannon. Now, Hydro Cannon is not enough to KO. But it does a lot. After the Mud Shots, another one will KO. So, do you give up the shield? No, I guess you just sack the Alolan Muk. So, this Machamp has to put in work. That's actually not enough to KO. But the Mud Shots get it. That's actually worse. So, let's see. In comes Shiny Machamp going for the Cross Chop. The Magnezone shouldn't have any energy, so I believe this is a good game because you could shield this and farm down or maybe get to another Cross Chop. This is actually a closer game than I thought it was going to be. 2, 3. Oh no, they switched. They tried and sack swap. Oh man, they should have tried to get to the Hydro Cannon. They may have been able to make it. The opponent may have been able to make it, but that was a nice attempt on the opponent's end, but it didn't pan out. And I'm gonna take that one. And that's gonna be it for this one, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.